Have you ever achieved something you dreamed about for years, only to feel a few days later that something was still missing? A degree, a job, a car, money. It seems that every time we reach one destination, another one appears. And a strange question emerges. If winning is so important, why are so many successful people still unsatisfied? Perhaps because we've spent our lives trying to win games that were never meant to end. Today on Mr. Brilliant, we are exploring The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, a book built around one dangerous question. If life isn't a competition, why are we so obsessed with winning? Simon Sinek argues that there are two kinds of games: finite games and infinite games. Finite games have fixed rules, known players, and eventually a winner, like football or chess. But life doesn't work that way. In life, the players change, the rules evolve, and there is no final winner. The goal isn't to defeat everyone, the goal is to keep playing, the goal is to remain in the game. But perhaps this is exactly where many of us struggle. We tell ourselves, when I reach that goal, I finally feel at peace. But at reaching it, another goal appears, as if the horizon keeps moving farther away. Maybe that's why some of our exhaustion doesn't come from the difficulty of the journey. It comes from searching for a finish line that doesn't even exist. Perhaps life was never meant to be complete. It was meant to continue. Sinek says that people and organizations that endure focus on meaning rather than victory. But we should pause for a moment, because human beings love formula. We love hearing 5 steps to success, 7 rules for happiness, the principle for a better life. But life is usually more complicated than formulas. Formulas give us the feeling of understanding, but the feeling of understanding is not understanding itself. One of the book's most important idea is what Sinek calls ethical fading, the moment we slowly sacrifice our values in pursuit of a goal. A small lie, a simple excuse, a tiny compromise. And little by little, success becomes more important than meaning. But perhaps that's exactly when we lost the game, even if from the outside we appear to have won. Sinek suggests that instead of enemies, we should have worthy rivals, people who challenge us to become better. But perhaps the more important question is this: do we truly learn from other people's success, or do we simply compare ourselves to them? Maybe our real rival was never other people. Maybe our rival has always been the person we were yesterday. And perhaps that is the deepest message of the book. Life is not a project that one day become complete. There is no final medal, no permanent podium. What remains is the meaning we create, the impact we leave on others, and the values that survive long after we are gone. This is Mr. Brilliant, a place where we don't just talk about books and ideas. We question everything. Because sometimes a good question is worth more than 1,000 answers. And now, one final question. If there is no finish line, what is worth spending your entire life playing for?
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना।